Okay, all right. So we're gonna get started. First and foremost, thank you to everybody that came out for the GBM tonight. And yeah, so we'll just jump into it. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna be going over is first just an introduction to let you know who we are if this is your first time being here, um, and who our officers are for this year. We'll talk a little bit about some events we have going on for summer. We'll let you know about what opportunities there are to get involved through committees, and just talk about some ways we hope to gather some feedback from you guys, and different resources that are there for you to check out. All right, so uh, who are we as IEEE? So if this is your first time, IEEE stands for Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. We are the student branch of the world's largest technical professional organization for the advancement of technology. We do a lot of different things here at Drexel, which all include, technical workshops, robotics competitions, professional development, networking, even different social events like game nights. Dragon Hacks, which is our biggest event every year. It's our 24-hour hackathon, and we do a lot more. So just to introduce myself, my name is Matt Rance. I'm going to be the president for Drexel IEEE next year. The rest of our executive board, Har Patel, who's going to be our vice president. Madeline is going to be our treasurer. Sam will be our event coordinator, and Darius is our secretary. And so, if you were at the last meeting, or our last GBM, that's when we announced our, openings for officer positions. So today we're really glad to officially announce that these are our officers for next year. So our Dragon Hacks director is Madul, and the coordinators who will be helping him are Daniel and Julia. Our professional development chair is Celine, our membership chair, Anuva, and vice treasurer is Samay. And just as a heads up, their email addresses are there at the bottom. If you ever want to reach out to them about, some ways to get involved with certain things, or even if you had a general question for them. And then, so with our websites for next year, who we have managing our IEEE website, that'll be Ashley Bishop. And then Ashley Siddiqui will be managing our Dragon Hacks website. Akash is going to be our academics chair. Gary will be our competition chair. Chris Lopez, who is wearing a bandana in that photo, will be our projects chair. Ray will be our workshop chair, and then Kaylee is going to be our marketing chair for next year. Yeah, so really excited to work with them, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they have planned for you guys. So, leading right into that, our summer term events. So, the first thing we have coming up is So You Want to Work in Computer Security. That's going to be pretty soon, actually, July 8th. That's a Wednesday at 7 p.m. So for that event, Dr. Adam J. O'Donnell from Cisco and also a member of the ECE External Advisory Board, he's going to be joining us to talk about computer security. So if you wanted to learn about that field, or ask a member of industry any questions you might have, like how they got into the industry, what they think about the work, what opportunities are there, this is a great chance to do so. So definitely mark that on your calendars. All right, so another more fun thing that we're going to be doing for summer term is just a little virtual dance party. It's just kind of a low stress fun thing for whoever wants to come hang out. You can dance from the comfort of your home, as it'll all be on Zoom. You can see Har's pretty hyped about that. Yeah, so you turn on your camera, dance with us, or if you want to just hang out and listen to some music, that's also fine too. And yeah, if you guys had any songs you'd like to listen to at that event, Har's put a form together for that. You can put in your suggestions there, or you can email him as well. So yeah, definitely look forward to that. One of our workshops that we're going to be running for summer term is our PCB workshop. That'll be week 6, Saturday, August 1st. It'll be an introductory workshop on PCB design software using Autodesk Eagle. And it's a really great and easy way to get exposure to a pretty interesting field in engineering. So, and I don't think we've done a workshop like this in a long time. So this is a really great opportunity. And especially if you come and it's something you like, we can do more of, these types of workshops. So yeah, definitely come out for that. Another interesting thing we're going to be doing for summer term is a student networking panel. So the goal of this is just to be an opportunity for IEEE members to kind of get to know each other's Drexel experience and maybe answer any relevant questions that they have. So Anuva, our membership chair, is going to be putting that together. And so what we're hoping that this panel can consist of is a previous STAR scholar for anybody that wants to learn about experiences with STAR or research experience in general here at Drexel, a recent graduate, just so they can talk about things like how their senior year went with senior design, as well as getting a job in the job market, upperclassmen with co-op or research experience. So especially if you're on the younger side, like freshman, sophomore, you can kind of get some insight into what to look out for, what co-ops some of our members might have had and how they went. And then also, other Drexel students who have had experience in not just these, but maybe another field of interest. So another really cool thing that we're actually going to be doing this term is is an ECE Quizzo. So this is going to be done in conjunction with the ECE department. It'll be during one of the ECE chats. So which, if you guys don't know or have never been to one, it's basically an opportunity for the ECE faculty and professors to kind of interact with the students, give feedback, and then talk about other different things going on with the department. It'll be mixed teams of both professors and students, so it'll give you a nice chance to connect with some ECE professors. It'll probably be 3 rounds of 7 questions. We're still working on out the categories, but it'll probably feature some kind of engineering topics with also general trivia. So yeah, if you've been looking for a way to maybe connect more with some of the faculty and people in the ECE department, this is a really great way to do that, and it should be a lot of fun. And then another activity we're doing that doesn't necessarily have like a hard date of when it is, but a deadline of maybe when you should let us know if you're interested, is a virtual Micromouse competition. So Princeton Robotics is going to be holding a virtual robotics competition. The programming will be in C++ or Python. Whether or not you've worked in these languages before, or if you're still relatively new to those languages or programming in general, anybody's welcome to help participate in this. The goal is to help you learn and also to have fun and work on something you can all be proud of. The objective, program a mouse to solve a maze in the fastest possible time. It'll be run through both our competition and projects chair. So again, our competition chair, Gary Benjamin, our projects chair, Chris Lopez. So for more information on the competition, if you're interested in it and want to check it out, you can visit that link right there to Princeton's website. Also, if you would like to participate in this, make sure that you reach out to Gary. His email is right here by July 10th, saying that you're interested. So yeah, make sure if that's something you'd be really interested in. Also a great way to get some hands-on work, especially if you haven't done a co-op yet, and or maybe in between co-ops or even on co-op. This is a great way to do that. Another really cool thing that not necessarily we're going to be doing, but IEEE, the national org is going to be doing, is IEEExtreme. So the actual date of this event is, a couple months off, in October 24th. What IEEExtreme is basically, kind of a virtual hackathon. It's a global challenge where teams of IEEE student members compete in a 24-hour time span to solve a set of programming problems. It'll allow teams of up to 3, and any college or university can form more than 1 team. So like, let's say, like for Drexel, for example, we had 12 kids that were interested in it. We wouldn't have to pick 3 and then send them, or because it's virtual, have them compete. It would be, we could have 4 teams of 3 each. So yeah, that's really, really nice. The grand prize for this is pretty cool. I just found out about this today. It's a trip to an IEEE conference of your choice anywhere in the world, which to be honest with you, I didn't know that that was the grand prize before today, but seeing that actually makes me really interested. Um, Registration opens August 3rd, 2020, so you've still got a month to check it out. And if you're interested and want to hear more details about it, you can check out the website. One thing to note about this is that you do have to be a student member to participate. Student memberships are available through the IEEE website. We'll talk about that more in a little bit, but they're pretty low cost and you get a lot of cool benefits with it. Yeah, so speaking of virtual hackathons, one thing that we're in the process of getting together is Dragon Hacks from Home. So like I mentioned earlier, Dragon Hacks is our big 24-hour annual hackathon, which again, normally we only do, that event once a year. But, given the current situation with everybody home and those of you in class or on co-op, having a virtual experience most likely either way. We thought it would be really fun to do, a Dragon Hacks, but virtually. So we're still getting a lot of those details put together, like prizes, when signups would be, and like what sponsors are going to be, promoting the event. But yeah, so be on the lookout for that. We'll send out more information and details about it as it starts to come together. All right, so one of the things we really like to pride ourselves about here with IEEE is our opportunities for members to get involved. So one of the best ways to kind of build up experience on a resume, or to talk about in interviews, or even just to find out what you're interested in with regards to your major and courses. Committees are a great way to explore both those academic interests and then other extracurricular interests you might have. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through each of the different committees that we have open um, for people to join. I'll turn it over to the people that are actually heading those committees just so they can kind of give you their pitch and their ideas of what they'd like to do with it. Yeah, so the first one we're going to be talking about actually is why would you join a committee? So like I mentioned earlier, great way to not only get experience, but to develop connections, work alongside others, leadership skills, project planning, and also improve on Drexel IEEE's current process. So if there's something that you'd like to see us do, or something you've always wanted to see us do, that we maybe haven't done in the past, this is a great way to get your voice in there and to really kind of help see that to fruition. Another also interesting fact is most of our committee members become IEEE officers. So fun fact, all of our exec members right now at one point were on a committee. So it's also a really great way to work your way up in the org if that's something you're really interested in as well. So now we'll start off with the Dragon Hex committee. So I'm going to turn that over to Madul just so he can share a little bit about what that is about.
Well, sure. Dragon hacks. I don't know why you don't know about it yet. I mean, you should really go and check out our social media handles. We are really everywhere. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, we're everywhere. So yeah, find out more about us. But just to talk about it a little bit, as Matt said, it's IEEE's most ambitious project throughout the year. More than 250 people attended and actually compete for a limited number of prizes. So it's a great way to build up your skills, meet more people, I guess network with the companies, which are usually our sponsors. And it's a great fun event. You get a lot of meals, which are actually from like very nice restaurants. So it's not just nerdy stuff. You also get to have a lot of fun. We're talking about the committees. I'll pass it on to my coordinators who are going to tell you more about it.
Okay, thanks, Miriam. So if you are interested in helping us organize Dragon Hacks 2021, you should consider getting involved and applying for these positions. And as Miriam said, you also get the opportunity to meet new people, improve your different skills and your resume as well. So you should look out for these positions and apply for them.
If you are interested, we're not on the regular recruitment form. We're going to be sending a recruitment form out soon via email, though. If you want to follow up with us on social media, one of our main platforms is Instagram, and we're going to be sending out reminders when that form is out. So if you want to follow that because you're interested or just want to support us, our account name there is dragonhacks_IEEE. And we hope you want to come out and help us. And we'll be looking forward to meeting some of you guys.
All right, awesome. Thanks, guys. All right, so now we'll move it over to competition. So I'll turn it over to Gary to talk a little bit more about that.
Yep. So basically, just to give an overview of what the competition committee would be, basically the competition group would be in charge of finding a conference for all of us to go to. In the past, we've always done SAC. For anyone that's done robotics in the past, we then competed in SumoBot or Micromouse. So that is our main goal for what we would be doing. So what you would be able to do, the main thing was definitely still be competing in all these fun competitions. The first one being Micromouse, which is coming up soon. It just actually, all the info came out today, but however, it is not due until October or like a week before the competition. So we still have plenty of time to do that. But that should be something fun coming up. Like I mentioned, something last year was the SumoBot competition. And we're doing virtual Micromouse this year. Hopefully in the fall, we can get back to on campus and do more in-person competitions. Then if you are interested, I do recommend you, if you're interested in doing the Micromouse this year, I recommend you coming out, and even if you want to just talk to me, you could always email me. I'm always open to talking, or if you want to meet with me over Zoom or anything, please let me know. I'm open to talk with anyone. And then if interested, just by July 10th, please, just so it's in line with the Micromouse competition. So they're starting about the same time.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Gary. All right, so now we're going to talk a little bit about the projects committee. Chris, unfortunately, could not be here for the GBM tonight. So I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about what his ideas are for that committee. So the goal is going to be to help develop ideas for possible projects that the general members can work on and learn from. So what the goal would be is, so he would take all of the members that are on the committee and then branch off and work with them on their project ideas and provide aid in the form of mentorship or guidance. And the way that Chris would like to work this is you can approach him with an individual project that you have that you would like advice on, or you know, if there's something that the group is really interested in, he'll coordinate a group project for you guys to work on based off of that. And yeah, so yeah, projects can also include IEEE sponsored competitions as well. So, you know, such as, you know, SAC and other, you know, potential things. If you're interested in the committee or have any ideas for something interesting to work on, don't hesitate to reach out to Chris through Slack. If you're not a member of our Slack, don't worry, we'll give you that link once we get towards the end. But yeah. All right, and then so for fundraising, I'll turn it over to Same and Madeline.
Hi, I'm Same. I'm the vice treasurer of IEEE, and Madeline, the treasurer, and I are looking for people to join the fundraising committee. So essentially what you'll be doing is just coming up with like ideas to help raise funds for IEEE, as well as being involved in planning various events like bake sales, raffles, and collaborations with different organizations on campus. Right now, we're planning to have a fundraising event for early next fall term. So if you join soon, you might play like a major role in planning that. And yeah, that's my spiel for the fundraising committee.
All right, awesome, thanks. Well, hold on. Sorry, clicked a little ahead. All right, so now I'll turn it over to Akash just to talk about the academic committee.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm Akash. So this is so I'm the academic chair, and it's a relatively new position. So I'm looking for an underclassman who kind of is looking to strengthen their relationship with professors and advisors, as well as trying to improve their soft skills. So you'd kind of be learning it as we go, and just helping me organize workshops and speaker events and research workshop and whatnot. So apply if you're interested, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Thank you.
Sorry, I had some trouble unmuting there. All right, awesome. Thanks, Akash. Okay. All right, yeah, so if you're interested in applying to any of those committees or working with any of those guys, the application form is right here on the slide. It can also be found in our link tree, which I'll talk about a little bit more later. But basically what the link tree is it's going to be a link that has different links for all of our things that we'd like to get out there, whether it's the committee application form, our socials, or things like that. All right, so now we're going to talk a little bit about ways we'd like to get some feedback from you guys, as well as different resources that are available to you. And yeah. Okay, so one of the things that we'd really love to try to do this summer term is hear from you guys on like how you feel about how both we're working as an org, and also like what you'd like to see out of a Drexel IEEE website. I don't know if many of you guys have ever even seen the current website we have now, but one, it's hard to find, and two, I honestly haven't even been there in a while because we don't really use it, so I don't know how much is really there. But we're completely reworking our website. We'll have a new domain. Ashley's going to be working on that. We'll actually have useful stuff on the website for once. So yeah, now that we're getting the gears turning on that, we'd really like to hear from you guys about what ideally you think would be really useful and would like to see on a Drexel IEEE website. And on top of that, we'd like to do the same thing for our Dragon Hacks website. So yeah, again, all of those can be found on the link tree. One thing that I did want to mention with this is that to kind of incentivize you guys to fill out these feedback forms, what we're going to be doing is a raffle for a Hydro Flask water bottle. The specific water bottle we're choosing, we won't have picked out quite yet. But the way it'll work is for each of these 3 forms that you fill out from today, we'll give you 1 entry into that raffle. So like, for example, if you only fill out the IEEE website feedback form, that'll be 1 entry. But if you fill out all 3 of these, that'll be 3 entries into the raffle. Deadline wise for when to get this done, I would say probably 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from today. If that changes, we'll send out an update with that. But yeah, Hydro Flask water bottles are pretty cool. If you guys haven't seen them before, I kind of wish I had one. I have a knockoff one, but yeah, they're really cool. So yeah, make sure that if you want a Hydro Flask water bottle, which again, who doesn't, or you just want to give us our feedback in general, fill out these forms. Also, please actually put some effort into it and don't write something stupid like I'm just doing this for the water bottle. We actually want genuine feedback. So yeah, and also good to mention, no duplicate responses. So like, don't fill out the same form twice. All right, so I'm going to turn it over to Celine, who's going to talk a little bit about IEEE student memberships.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So basically, it costs no money to become a Drexel IEEE member. You are all basically Drexel IEEE members. All you have to do is really sign up on Dragon Link and be as involved as you want to be. But in addition to Drexel IEEE student membership, there's also IEEE student membership, which means becoming a societal member. So there are lots of benefits to becoming a societal member. There are lots of scholarship opportunities. There are IEEE conferences and IEEE section meetings. For example, I get to go to all of the Philadelphia IEEE section meetings and watch how various conferences get planned and see how everything works at a professional level. And it gives you access to IEEE beyond Drexel. You know, you get to really see how professionals work in IEEE. And as we said before, IEEE is the world's largest professional technical organization. And what that means is there are tons of amazing resources. There are online journals and magazines and podcasts, and you have access to IEEExplore, which is really helpful if you're ever trying to do research, because there's an immense amount of technical content there. There are talks and other conferences that are currently being held online. One thing that's not mentioned here that probably should be are also the societies that you can join within IEEE in order to, you know, kind of specialize your technical knowledge. So currently I'm a member of the Computer Society as well as the Communication Society. And from both of those memberships, which are very little on top of the student membership, I get access to all kinds of free material and other resources. So I highly recommend becoming a student member. I think at this point in the year, it's about $16 to join for the rest of the year. And then after that, you can renew for $32 for a full year membership. It's really worth it because you can get access to things that are worth literally thousands of dollars. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out or check out those resources. There's so much to IEEE that you probably haven't seen yet.
Awesome. Thanks, Celine. Oh, okay. All right. So like I mentioned earlier, this is something I'm really excited about. We have a link tree. So if you don't know what a link tree is, again, so I think I explained it earlier, but I'll just take you there anyway, just to reiterate. So yeah, what's really nice about this is not only will we have our link to our next event in one place, but we'll also have, you know, like our committee application, the feedback forms for the Drexel IEEE websites, and the summer feedback, as well as our different socials, like our Google Calendar, our website, our YouTube, Instagram, and things like that. So that is going to be a one-stop shop for basically, you know, a lot of the stuff that we're going to be doing. So make sure that you take that link, bookmark it, and check it frequently. So, and just to kind of expand on those, we do have a Google Calendar for direct reminders, and where we're going to be putting all of our events and their dates and times. So make sure if you're using Google Calendar to link it up with ours. Big thing, make sure if you haven't already, join us on DragonLink. Joining on DragonLink is the only criteria we have for being recognized as a member of Drexel IEEE. Yeah, also when you join us on DragonLink, you'll be subscribed to getting all of our updates through email. So please make sure you do that. I promise we won't spam you. Yeah, also make sure you join our Slack. That's probably the best way to directly communicate with any of us, as opposed to email. So if you have any questions, suggestions, general comments, Slack is a great way to do that. So make sure you join the Slack if you haven't already. And yeah, follow us on our different socials, Facebook, Instagram. We also have a LinkedIn. So yeah. One thing I wanted to mention about the student membership again, I can't remember if we talked about it or not, but right now I believe it's $16. I know Har was looking at it right beforehand. Har, it's $16, right?
Yeah, that's actually something I was going to clarify with Celine, because it's $16 for the rest of the year, or is it $16 for a year, like until next July? Because that's one thing.
Got it. So it, IEEE memberships tend to run on the calendar year, so it's $16 for the rest of the year. But that also means that currently, so at a certain point in the year, IEEE switches over to having like a half-year fee. So we've passed that point in the year. So that also means that if you want to sign up for a society, those fees are also like half price. So for example, my Communication Society membership, since I joined it a little bit later in the year, it was 50 cents to join.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. All right, yeah, that pretty much wraps up our GBM for today. If you want to check out the slides or send them to somebody that maybe wasn't able to make it, we have a link for those right here, are also being spammed in the chat. And again, like I mentioned, our link tree has almost all of our different links, including the applications, all in one place. So make sure you go visit that, which again, being spammed. Yeah, did anybody have any questions, comments, feedback or concerns that you wanted to ask or maybe share with the group? All right, I am gonna take that as a no. Yeah, so yeah, thank you guys again for coming out. Any questions you might have, feel free to shoot me a message either on Slack or email. And yeah, make sure you join a committee and fill out some of those forms. Thank you guys so very much. Have a good rest of your night.